I'm really nervous. Hello, welcome to our campaign of Dungeons and Dragons. Before we dive into tonight's episode, just going to say thank you to our sponsor of Tailor-Made Cards, who have made our fantastic initiative markers. These are brilliant and fantastically well designed, all custom to our characters. You got the name on there that sticks on the outside for everyone to see, and then on the inside we have the ACs, passive perception, and the initiative roll. All little juicy little nuggets that help myself as a DM and help the players see where they're coming from and everything. I think that's all I have to say about the sponsorship. If you want any more information, please check the link, and that's going to be in the video description for all other crafty things that the lovely people at Tailor-Made Craft do. Right, and I do believe after that it's time to dive into tonight's adventure. So, last time you awoke from a peaceful night's rest in the Dreaming Dragon. However, two of you found your coin purses were missing. Diving deeper into the city, investigating, you hear rumours of people having their pockets picked and shops being broken into. While in the city centre, you saw a man chasing down someone through the busy streets. As you followed, you were led to a dead end. Thanks to some tracking skills, you were able to see the thieves escaped down into the sewers. Travelling through, you found a small gap in the wall where you were able to sneak on through and enter what led into another small room. It was from there that you found a room with two children inside. What soon to be discovered the culprits of all the thievery and pickpocketing, and the two that had even stole Green and Baracus's coin bags. After talking to them, you found that they were under the employment of Trogan, a big-time city boss within the walls of Everland. It was from there you found your way into the Thieves Guild, learning the secret knock required to gain entry, which was quite funny watching you all trying to figure that out. So from there you found yourselves into the Thieves Guild, and you managed to wangle yourself an audience with Trogan thanks to Viola's charisma and charlatan skills, and you gained yourself an audience. And from there you earned yourself a little job, and from this job it is to go to a tomb and collect an item, and your reward from that will be any other items that you find in the tomb will be yours to claim, but also the freedom of the twin boy and girl. Set them free.
And I wouldn't know that because I wasn't part of the conversation.
So this is the recaps though. Yeah. So, you are in the Thieves Guild. You've just spoken to Trogan about what is your current job. What do you do next?
We get up and make our way around.
Yeah.
I want to ask him quickly before we go, is there anything that he's aware of, has it been booby-trapped at all, or is it, your friend, was he...
Well, I assume it's been booby-trapped. I've sent many men down there and them have yet to return.
Do you know anything, specific of it, or...
Not
that would be helpful?
Not massively. I mean, I know the man who was who's buried there is worships there, the god. That's really it. I know he's into some really deep stuff.
And his name was Kalise.
Kalise, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Anything else I can assist you with before you take your adventure?
Don't think so. I think...
Then go. Bring me back what is mine, and I will let these peasants leave.
Okay, we'll make our way to Green, I guess.
Yep, so the guild is still just as busy and as manic as before. As you turn around, his bodyguards stand aside to let you pass, and you see Green sitting over in the far corner, in the original table that you were at when you came in.
Go grab him.
We need to tell him what the plan is first.
we're not doing this tonight, are we? We're gonna have a rest and then go.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
I've already had a bad night.
How late is it now? Is it like getting late?
When you came into the guild, it was late, very late afternoon.
So yeah, maybe like crack of dawn kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So you walk over to the table with Green. Green, are you drinking or what are you doing?
Just sat there.
Just sat there chilling.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys approach Green.
Yeah, we'll fill him in on the events that have transpired.
Yep. So they speak to you about basically the deal that they've just made with Trogan. The deal to go to the tomb of Kalise, who worshipped the god Zer, and to retrieve an item from his tomb. And in return,
Did
he'll
you say
free the
what
children.
god that he worshipped?
Yeah, Zer.
What?
Zer. Zehir.
Do I recognise that? Have I heard of that?
Make a history check.
Get your shit out of
First roll.
Yeah.
A history. 16.
His name vaguely rings a bell. You vaguely remember your father telling you about him and how he was the Lord of Snakes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's anything else you wish to do in the guild before leaving?
I think so.
I'm done with the gambling.
I think you've
part.
lost
Yeah.
enough in your gambling pursuits.
Yeah.
You don't want to gamble away your flesh or your tiefling horns or anything?
It was lucky, but no. It was close. It was getting to the point that I wanted to go for it again. I was so close to winning. So close.
But not.
But no, not today.
Yep, so you finish your drinks and you leave the Thieves Guild the way you came in. Same door, same little straight narrow corridor. Go up the staircase, push your way up, and you go through the little false floor under the bridge. You find yourselves back under the bridge. As you get out, it is a lot darker now.
I think just make our way back to the inn and then night's rest, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get some rest and
Yeah,
then.
back to the Dreaming Dragon?
Yeah.
We don't want to risk exhaustion points and all that kind of jazz.
No. Yep, so you'll all easily make your way back to the Dreaming Dragon. You've been there once or twice before, so you're quite familiar with the route which you need to take. You get there, it's already really quite busy, and you hear people yelling, enjoying themselves. And as you walk through, you see the familiar face of Jack behind the bar, with his charisma beaming out of him, living his best life. As you walk through, you're greeted by the familiar little halflings who offer to take your coats, or your cloaks, whatever it is you're wearing.
Just pat them on the head as we walk past.
Give a little. Yep, so you walk up to the bar, go and sit at a table.
Is there any free tables around?
There is one or two tables. There's one right by the fireplace, and there's also a couple nearer the bar. It tends to be a lot louder nearer the bar.
I think make a beeline for the one by the fireplace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say the fire sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So it is a 5-seater table, only 4 of you. So you all sit down. It's really hot on like the side of your face when the fire is like really beaming in at you, but it's quite nice all the same as well. After a couple of minutes of being sat down, the little the little helpers come up to you and they ask you for your drinks, if you wish to drink or if you wish to have any supper.
Yeah, just whatever's going for dinner.
Meats,
Yeah.
meats, 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 all the meats. Drinks,
I'll take a water, please.
water,
Wine? Mm-hmm.
wine.
Yeah, we'll have 2 glasses of wine.
Wine. You have ale. Okay. She trots off. And within a couple of minutes you hear like these really rough, grinding sound. And as you look behind you, you can see them like pushing Green's little keg towards him. Yeah. And within a few minutes, all your drinks are brought to you. The food's on the wait.
Thank you very much.
Trots it off.
Okay.
Anything any of you wish to discuss?
I think so.
No? Alright, so your food's brought to you, but it's actually Jack that brings it over to you. Well met and welcome back. Of course, you'll be needing rooms for the night again, I suppose?
Yeah, didn't we?
Yeah, we already
we-
paid.
we-
Yeah, we did already pay.
Yeah.
I saw your face. You're like, oh.
Oh, yeah, so, well, of course, but do you need rooms for the next night is what I'm inquiring, because it's getting busier by the day at the moment.
Possibly. We're waiting on the Mages Guild. We're not sure
Oh.
how long they're going to
The
be.
Mages Guild?
Yes, the Mages Guild.
Why?
That's not your business.
Oh, okay. Price might
Wow,
have just gone up.
shut down. Just literally just shut down.
You know how mages are. They're just-
Yes, they do like to take their time. I mean, I know they take as long as they like, you know. Feel free to stay here as long as you wish to pay.
That's very generous of you,
Yes,
Jack.
well, of course. But
So,
please, your food. And
thank you,
have you had
thank you.
any luck finding your belongings?
Not so much, no.
No?
It seems they've just... It's definitely a citywide problem.
Pity. Yes, I
The,
had the baker in here earlier moaning and...
yeah, we put in a thing, didn't we, at the... With the guards.
Yeah,
That's what I was looking for.
Oh, well, I
we
mean...
did make a...
I'm sure something will turn up, even if it is just an empty pouch. An empty pouch is better than no pouch.
Indeed.
Yes. Well, please enjoy your food and enjoy your night's rest.
Thank
Thank
If
you
you
very
need
much.
anything, just call upon old Jack.
Thank you
Oh,
very
Jackie
much.
boy.
Old Jackie boy.
Oh, Jackie boy.
He trots off of his little "I'm so good" swagger, his little demeanour that he has about him. If there's anything you want to do in this evening, if not, we can just fast forward it to the morning. There's
Yeah.
nothing any of you wish to do.
I don't want to do
I
anything.
don't think so, no.
No, that's fine. So you all just.
Did you want to do your thingy stuff?
Alright, so you all enjoy your evening together, eating food, drinking a few drinks, and as it starts to get later, you all one by one just dwindle off to your rooms. And with the long rest, you regain any spell slots and you've used and any health that you've lost.
Cool.
Which I don't think anyone used anything, because it was a bit of a shopping session.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So, here we go. Start of a brand new day in the beautiful city of Everland. Elora and V, you will be the first people to awake with your meditated states.
I want to read a bit of my book.
Yeah.
The one that
Which
Hannah
book?
gave me.
What the book was that called?
It was Beginner's Guide to Arcana.
Beautiful, yeah.
Just read through a few chapters, however much I can get through.
Yeah.
Just while waiting.
Yep, so the opening couple of chapters on this one just basically starts the initial history of the magic of Arcana and where it comes from and the gods in which possessed it to begin with, and then spread slowly, one by one, spread it through the old universe.
Is that God? Is he her? Is he mentioned in that?
He is not mentioned in it yet.
Okay.
Anything you're doing, Viola? In the mornings?
No.
No? You've already attuned yourself with your spells and everything, haven't you? You've done your rituals and stuff, and maybe you did that session before, because you both took an hour to do your little...
Yeah, I've got my ring. I got
Yeah,
attuned. That's the
You
only
attuned
one.
to that,
Yeah, I
and
got my
you
ring.
did your initial ritual that you need to do to cast your furry friend spell.
Okay.
Yep, so that's ready to conjure whenever you feel the need to.
To flying
You've got to
cat.
spend an hour to thingy cast it, so then...
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah. And that in that hour, that's what costs the 15 gold pieces worth of charcoal.
Okay.
So now she can conjure it on demand, unless it dies or she wishes to change the shape of it.
Oh, cool.
So you start to get the familiar smell of breakfast scents wafting up through the floorboards. It's a bit more meatier and sweeter today than usually. Usually it's got a sort of like that veggie cabbage smell with a little bit of egg, but today it's very meat and sweet today.
Ooh, sweet.
So we're gonna walk down for brekkie?
Yeah.
Walking down for brekkie, the usual route, and you can really smell that big pack of smells now. It's really pungent, and as you walk past the bar, well, just walk to the side of the bar where the kitchen is, you see all the little helpers just bringing out plates, massive platters filled with sweet pastries and bacon.
Pastry.
They're just dishing them out on the tables. They're even leaving plates of these pastries on tables that aren't yet occupied, just something for people to sit down and just get a good start on the day on. Very international breakfast sort of theme there. Yeah. So you both pick a table. As you sit down, they're looking oddly dressed today. They're looking like quite smart, like they've actually had to make an effort in their appearance today. And as you sit down, they offer you coffee, which you know to be exotic, so it is very pricey. And coffee?
What's going on? Why are you all dressed up?
It's the day of the jester.
The what?
The day of the jester.
We're not from here.
Oh.
What is this? What
The
is
jester. Oh, the jester is something that the Queen celebrates. The jester is a funny and happy and playful thing that loves sweet treats, and we spend the day and we celebrate all things happy and sweet.
Oh, that sounds nice.
The day of the jester.
There she is. Coffee, please.
Coffee. Coffee.
Yes, please.
I'm waiting for it to come out with Mamma Mia.
Mama Maglione.
There we go.
Help yourself to the sweets, and we do a special today on pocket bacon. Bacon to go with.
Pocket. Yeah, sure. Sounds
Pocket
good.
bacon. We'll give you it before you leave. And then she waddles off and then starts pouring coffee at another table. And
Is this something that would happen like everywhere, or is this like an Everland?
make a history check.
Oh, look at her with her dice rolls.
8.
Not clue. You grew up in the woods. You're like,
I
what's
have
coffee?
no idea.
Yeah. Yep. So it's not your first time trying coffee, but you haven't had it in a very long time. I review it is an exotic sort of thing in this
It's
realm.
like-
It's basically liquid gold in this realm. So as you try it, it's very, very bitter, and it's straight up black coffee. It's also quite kind of thick where it's been brewed. It's not unpleasant thick, but you know when people are like, oh, this coffee tastes like mud, like,
Oh.
you know, that's where the phrase could pretty much come from. There's still granules in it. It's not like you get coffee today where it's been filtered and all that, you know, it's still got the coffee grounds in the bottom of it, but there is the milk and sugar on the table to just sweeten it up with. And you
Make sure we like.
as you look around, you see other people going and then just like that, and people are dunking their pastries and stuff in it as well.
Yeah.
And enjoying it. Is there anything you guys are doing in this part of the morning?
I think we're just chilling,
Just
mentally
chilling?
preparing ourselves.
Beautiful. And over to you guys. You the sun comes in, starting to stir as you wake, and the nice, different aromas of breakfast are starting to get up into your nose as you sleep. Yeah, like when Scooby-Doo sees a scuba step.
Just like start rising like a zombie.
Yeah, just not even awake, just following your nose.
Literally. So I wake up, get up,
She knows face.
grab all my gear and stuff, double check all my gear,
Yeah.
and make my way down.
As you double check your gear, you do find it all there.
I'll put it in notes.
And yourself, Green, are you waking up same time-ish as well, all coming down together?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So again, as you guys walk down, you see just pastries everywhere, and pastries aren't something that you both are familiar with. It's quite a luxury sort of item here, you know, and just seeing all these beautiful glazed buns, different pastries, all different plats and everything folded in this lovely sight. And you spot these two not too far away as you come down the stairs.
Okay, so I'll make my way to the table with these two.
As you're both walking, you're almost being followed by the help that are carrying this nice big jug of like black sort of liquid, and you sit down. Coffee. And you see it's holding it. And it looks like it's hot.
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Pours you out a cup, and more.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Goes over to the next table. There's no handles on the jugs,
Oh,
so burns a little bit. And so you're sat there with a beautiful display of all different types of pastries and that in front of you. You can eat them all now. You can choose to put some in your backpack and have
I want to like
on the
kind
journey.
Just,
Yeah.
like,
get a
stuff them
couple,
all.
like stuff a couple in my pocket kind of thing.
Yeah. And is there anything you guys are discussing between yourselves before you push off for today? Any plans? Any tactical plans? Anything?
This is going to be quite a
Adventure.
Yeah, it's going to be quite magical as well. Maybe we're going to have to like take it quite
Steady.
carefully. Yeah,
Yeah.
not kind of burst through. And he never told us what it was, so we're going to have to like.
Just keep
What was
an
it? He
eye
said
out.
something about we'll know it when we see it.
Yeah.
That'll
We
be
need to keep
interesting.
our eyes peeled for everything and anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got more work cut out for me to do.
True. Right. Is that it? Everything you want to discuss as you go through? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could you'll remember where he said it was. It's the graveyard situated just outside of the city.
Yeah.
On the-
via the back gate.
By the back gate, yes, which is where's the mountain gate is the north gate. Mountain gate. There's many gates out of Everland. Yep. So as you all grab your packs and you rise to leave, you see Jack nod and wave you away. And
Thank you for the pastries.
but of course, a happy Jester Day.
Oh, hell,
Jester. Yeah.
I understand.
Yes. And as you go to walk the table, you see there's little halflings. I've got like this big bowl. One's holding a massive bowl. The other one's just shoving handfuls of bacon into people's hand as they're walking out. Pockets. And
Thank
she
you.
gives you all a really
That's
big
sweet.
handful of pocket bacon.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Pockets.
Nom 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 nom.
It's really sweet bacon as well. Really
Okay,
like,
bacon.
almost sticky to the touch, which is a good and a bad thing. It's about to go in your pocket or in the bin, wherever you decide to put it.
Oh, well, that's going straight in my pocket.
The pocket bacon lasts 2 days, just to let you know. So, after 2 days, it may make you a little sick.
Sweet.
And we're on the road again. So you
Talking
all
about the road again.
sing it one more time. So you all head to the northern side of Everland, where you find the northern gate. All the gates, naturally, in this city are very well guarded, but it's one of the main gates. You see people just passing through, no nonsense, no business. As you walk through, a couple of the guards just give a little nod to you as yes, you may pass.
Polite nod back.
Yeah. And it's quite a scenery change. You go from this big, really walled but very fresh and nature enriched city to being just straight in, boiling hot sun, beautiful fields ahead of you, but also you've gone from something very hustle and bustle to something very open and freeing. Yep. So you carry on your walk. If you all, do you remember roughly where he said
He said it was near the high forest, about 5 miles out.
Yep.
And I'm guessing it's a graveyard, so it'll be quite. I'm hoping it'll be quite noticeable.
Yeah.
It's a graveyard, maybe?
You know roughly where the high forest is, because last time when you went towards Rivermount Village, it was on the other side of the river Rivermount Village. So you know that you're gonna have to cross the river at some point.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's always refreshing.
Oh yeah. I would have no problems this time.
Yeah. Some people have got no issues at all crossing.
Skate across the water.
Just like slide.
And
Yeah.
then you fall.
Yep. Fantastic. So you are walking for an hour or so. Is there anything you want to be doing while you're walking, or?
So I'm just enjoying the scenery.
Yeah, it's a beautiful scenery. You've got that nice sound, the river flowing. As you walk, you're kind of going. You're kind of going northeast towards Thunderbar. It's familiar. So on your right, you've got the river there, and in the far distance the forest, and then on the left, you've got the beautiful Never Mountains.
Just kind of keeping an eye and an ear out for gnolls and things like that.
Yeah.
Though.
If you want to make a perception check to keep an extra weary eye, you can.
Sure.
So love how you're the only one who's rolled at the moment.
Does anyone else want to do it? Or?
I don't know. I'm just enjoying the scenery.
Please someone else do it. 6.
Yep, 6. So you
Where are they?
keeping a little eye out. You see a bush move, and you're like,
We're good.
You do randomly go, taking this very seriously, this whole enriched in the thick broth of keeping an eye out. After 2 or 3 hours, it's kind of early afternoon. She did leave quite early, and you get to a crossing in the river to take you over to the edge. You can choose to take this crossing, or you can choose to walk a little bit further.
Is it a bridge or is it like a ford?
It is more like a ford sort of thing.
Might as well cross here. Well, it's just gonna get deeper.
Yeah.
Yep. So it is a ford. So your feet are going to get a little wet, but it's nothing terrifying. However, some people's feet may not get so wet.
Nope.
No. And the river is at a very gentle flow, so there's no need to make any checks or anything like that as you're crossing.
Oh, that's
Layla, how are you making this look? Anything in particular?
It's like glide.
Glide.
Out of my way! I'm gliding here.
Yep, car. Yep. And as she's
No, it's
gliding,
just like
Michael
normal.
Caine comes along and shows her how to do it properly, sort of thing. Yep, so
Don't I look pretty?
we were talking about that the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
When we were on our little hike and we were walking down the sand dunes, we were like, you glide! Glide! Yes. Anyway.
Moving on.
So you cross the river, and you about 20, 30 yards ahead of you, you can see there is actually a signpost.
Ooh, nice. Go up to the signpost.
There we go.
I was saying probably just walk past it, but
It's really, really weathered and really weather worn. It's quite hard to read it, but making it out, you can see something like resting something, and there's an arrow that goes off not into the woods, but towards the woods.
Sounds good.
resting.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Sounds
is also a
plausible.
couple more on it. You see one that's heading back that way. It looks like it could say Everland, and one that way it's got something on it that you can't quite make out.
I think the rest one sounds plausible. Try that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you follow the direction, which is turning right into the high forest. You're only walking for around 30-40 minutes, and in the view in front of you, just as the hill starts to creep up, you can see something that looks quite a stone type build, quite a stone walled build.
Is there anyone around? Like,
You haven't seen anyone. I mean,
So
when
is
you were
it-
on the main road, you saw the odd passerby coming in and out of the surrounding cities and villages, but you haven't seen
no one was coming this way. kind of
no
thing.
one's. You haven't seen anyone cross the river or anyone around you since you've crossed.
Cool.
Yeah. So as you slowly start to approach and start to ascend the hill, you do see that it is a graveyard. It's a very cobbly stone walled graveyard.
Ooh, spooky.
Home sweet home.
Yep, as you get to it, just the fence itself and how you walk in is very old and withered. The wood's very rotted. You can tell that this isn't a graveyard that gets maintained at all.
So it's
all-
not a use. It's an old.
It's
one.
an old graveyard. It's all very overgrown. Just from standing at the main gate, you can see a lot of the tombstones have all been entwined in the grass and the vines that have come up. You could see what potentially were once flowers, but they've just been left there and just slowly rotted away and withered in the sunlight.
Nice.
I thought so. Yep. So you're entering the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yes. Marvellous. So, you know what to look for.
Right, guys. It's a crypt. I'm guessing it's gonna look like a hut. I've never seen a crypt, but
And it begins.
it should say Kalise, and I'll spell out what I guess it meant to spell out.
Yeah.
So they all know.
Yeah, because some of us are stupid.
Shall we separate and try and find, or should we stick together?
To be honest, it shouldn't be too bad. I think maybe go into like little groups and
Pair up and go and find?
yeah.
Cool.
Yep, so you pair off. What are the pairings? I don't think I need to ask.
I'll go with
Yeah. Alright, so you guys take the left and you two take the right.
yeah. Holler
Everyone,
if you see it.
everyone please make perception rolls for me, please.
13.
13,
14.
14,
16.
16,
12.
12. Yeah, so you guys, you're looking at the odd tombstone here and there. You do come to one crypt, and there's nothing written on it. And you take note of this one, and then you keep walking around, having a little look. You two as well, just looking at a lot of tombstones. A lot of the writing is really hard to read. There's lots of moss and things like that over it. You also find a couple of crypts, both of which have no writing on the outside as well.
Do they have any like symbols of them or anything like that?
One of them did have a symbol on.
Can I check out that one?
Yep. So as you look at that one, you see that the symbol is it's a blade that's sort of like shaped into a snake.
Guys, I think it's this one. How far away are they? Could they hear if I
I was about
called?
to say, how far away are they? Can we hear it?
The graveyard itself isn't massive, so if you were to shout over, they could hear you for sure.
Yeah, I'll call over and say, oh, I think it's this one.
Okay, so we make our way over.
Yep, make your way over. Yeah. You could see the tomb itself is just like completely entangled in vines. It doesn't look like it's been disturbed for a very long time. It almost looks like it's about to fall apart. There's loads of gaps and everything in between the stonework from when the vines have reached their way through. There's lots of moss running up it as well.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
You can, yeah.
Yeah, I want to cast it and
Yeah.
look
So
all over the
you cast Detect Magic, and right on top of the tomb where the entrance is, it glows. Like a little part, the ledge part just glows there. And as it glows, you can see it, as it starts to fade a little bit, you can see it's glowing with letters.
Can I read them? Do I recognise the language?
You don't recognise the language.
Is it a written language?
It is a written language.
I haven't got anything. I don't know why you're looking at me.
I think you do.
Yeah, I think you do. I'll do I know do I recognise what type of magic it is if I study it from it, because the spell lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah. From the magic itself, you can tell the magic is just a basic cantrip enchantment sort of thing, just to show the letters to those who seek it.
So
Was it invisible beforehand?
It was, yes.
Okay. If Viola, come over here a minute, and then I'll point at it and be like,
Yeah.
can you see that?
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay.
You can see it.
Yeah. But I could only see it when my spell was active.
Mhm.
Right, I want to get out my book and
Yeah.
sketch them down.
Yep, it's not hard. It's not like
Is it
ancient
runes?
ruins or anything like that. It's just a language that you don't know.
I'd be like, what's this? Do you recognise? You have comprehend language.
Yeah, I know, but I've just looked it up. Look. What?
No, because it was invisible until I cast my magic spell, and then it was only
Oh,
visible
So
to me.
how comprehend languages work, you need to physically be touching it.
Oh.
So even what Jodie's written, Elora has written down, you can just, if you just touch that page,
Okay.
you'll be
So
able
she'll
to
do
understand what it
Okay.
says.
Give me the
Yes.
pen
Yeah, so I'll pass her the book. And
You touching it, casting your spell. How would you make it look when you cast your spell? Just touch it,
then. Touch it.
Perfect.
like E.T. Phone Home. Yeah. So as the words still don't make sense to you, but they make sense that you can read them in a weird sort of way.
Okay.
And it reads, Kalise, man of snake, bringer of power, forever in the eyes of Zer, worthy, and that's it.
Okay, I'm not.
What was
Forever
that?
in the eyes of Zer. That's the final bit.
Kalise, man of snake.
Man of snake, bringer of power, forever in the eyes of Zer.
Ooh,
What name is that?
that is.
I'm glad you're
spooky.
right.
As she's written it down, you actually recognize the dialogue as infernal, but you don't understand the language it is, but it is a dialogue of infernal, which you do read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I can read.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
With comprehend languages, do you then also know what the language is, or you just read it, can't you? You don't actually know what the language is. You can just read it.
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that one. Let me have a look. See. I think it's just you can just you just understand it.
Oddly read something even though you can't read it.
Yeah, I think it's like if you the speaking one, isn't it?
And make sure you mark that spell slot off, please, Liz.
Oh, and it lasts an hour.
Yeah, that could work.
Oh yeah, so you've got that up for an hour. Understand the literal. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touched in service. Blah blah blah. It takes. Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't say anything.
No, it's fine.
About...
So you don't actually know what the language is. That's fine. Yeah. So you now had that top bar read to you.
And that was the only bit of magic that was.
That was the only bit. Yes.
Cool. Well, this is
apart
definitely
from your hand glowing, of course.
Yeah. I guess that definitely is the right tomb then. Should we try the door? I guess.
Yeah. So it's cut.
Is it trap? Actually, maybe we should check for traps.
Check for traps.
Someone wants to, if you want to check for traps.
Yeah, I want to check.
Please check for traps.
Yeah,
make a whatchamacallit roll.
Or whatchamacallit roll?
Isn't it? Make an investigation.
So what's the
whatchamacallit roll?
That's cocked. Just so.
Yeah.
Just so that I have proof of it.
Oh no.
Natural one.
Natural one. You don't see any traps. You're
Sweet.
quite confident it's not trapped.
Sweet.
No?
Okay.
Cool. So that means we're going in then, yeah?
Sweet.
Before Baracus or whoever tries to open the door, I'm going to cast Mage Armor.
Good shout. Yeah. So how long does your mage armor last for?
8 hours.
8 hours. Probably set for the day. Yep. So how do you make your mage armor look when you cast? Do you have like a glow about you? Or
Yeah.
do you do anything weird with your hands? Are you like done?
Or do you just go?
No, I just kind of like a very pale blue kind of shimmer, and then it kind of, I guess it fades. Like
And that's a
colour-wise.
spell, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I want to poke it.
You can still hit me. It just
I want to poke it.
oh, stop poking me.
Oh god,
No.
glowy blue.
Glowy blue.
Oh, such fun. Yep. So who's trying the door?
You are.
No.
Yep. Whoever tries the door, please make a strength check. You got it's a proper tomb door, so you've got to really like push it open.
Well, no,
I think,
Yeah, it's definitely not me then.
Get the big ball, get the guns out.
Nice.
23.
Yep, that's great. So you start pushing it. You don't feel it budge, but you're like step back, and you kind of shoulder barge it, and that shoulder barge was that little bump for power that you needed to get it rolling. So now as you're doing it, it's going, and you get it to the end, and as it starts to move, when you push it, like dust cloud just appears out of like all this crap from everything. And yep, the tomb is open.
Can we see anything through the doorway?
Through the doorway, so as you
Like
peer inside into the tomb, you kind of just poke your head in, and the tomb itself, like even just with your head poked in, it does feel really quite cold inside. Very minimal light as well, and as you poke your head through, you do just see in the centre one just big coffin.
So it's not like, it's just like one room.
It's just one room.
Was there any lanterns?
There is a couple of braziers on either side.
But deal with off.
What are you casting?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
I thought you said dumb.
You're lighting the lanterns, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
So Viola just steps through and just casts the whole room just incinerates. But the braziers light, and all the some of the vines catch fire a little bit, like they scorch a little bit. A couple of spiders' webs gone up in flames. Yep, and the room is now very well lit. And that's a cantrip, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
So I don't
Yep.
need to mark it. Oh.
That's my girl. Yeah.
That's one way to light things up.
No, one way to get the fire started,
Well,
Joe.
he can't bloody see, can he? So.
Damn dragon.
So anyone stepping in?
Well, I suppose I've already have because I'm opening
Yeah,
the door.
Well, no, open. It's just a slidey
Right.
door, so it's not. None of you stepped in.
I'll be the first one in then.
Yep. So as you step in, nothing
You
happens. Nothing happens. You step into quite a cold room, but also a little bit hot at the moment after a big fireball comes in there. But yep, it's a very plain, minimal room. Very high, not very high, but quite tall, really thick stone walls. It's just like a tomb. There's a is it a crypt or whatever they call it in the centre, like a coffin in the centre. There's a couple of shelves on the sides. Extremely dusty.
Is there anything like when we look around? Oh, actually, we're not in there yet, are we? You
You
are.
can go in there.
I go in there.
Yeah. Are you gonna investigate the room?
Yes.
Yep. So please make an investigation check.
Yes.
Mhm.
No, you kid. Eight.
8. As you're looking around, you notice that your feet are like making marks in the ground from all the dust and everything that's there. And as you're scanning like the little shelves and stuff, there's nothing really even on the shelves. There's a couple of like dusty skulls that were maybe left here as a tribute for him years ago, but apart from that, you don't see anything on the shelves or anything.
I don't know then.
I'll follow the inn. Is
Yep.
there anything like I'll like head towards the coffin thing? Is there anything? Is it just like a plain coffin, or is there anything written on it, or?
The coffin itself is plain, but it's got snakes carved into it.
Lovely. Is there any writing, like similar writing as?
No writing on it, just snakes. And on the main top part, you see that symbol again, where it's sort of a snake like twisted into the dagger on top. And there's nothing magical you can sense in this room.
Creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Very creepy.
Mm-hmm. That's why I've
So
got the
cool,
dungeon
isn't it?
music on.
So cool at the same time though.
Anything else anyone else is doing? Anyone investigating
We'll
anything in
open it.
particular in the room?
I don't know. Maybe. There's nothing like that would shout out like this is what Trojan was wanting.
All you've really seen is a couple of mice scurrying on the floor and a couple of dusty skulls on the shelf and some burnt out candles. Nothing.
Candle. Magic. Can you detect magic? You can get me.
So detect magic is up and nothing's going on.
Nothing's
Yeah,
going on.
so that's like wow.
Is there anything in particular in the room any of you want to check?
See if there's any hidden doors or anything like that.
Yep, so make an investigation check, please.
I'm good at these.
She says natural one.
7.
No, I was the lucky
Says
one.
the
for that.
7.
No, you don't.
It's dusty in here.
Yeah, there's just so much dust that it's kind of making a little bit sneezy, a little bit hay fevery.
And there's me just stood in the doorway,
Yeah.
just like stood there.
Anyone else doing anything?
I'm just looking at the coffin.
Yeah. Are you just looking to look at it?
I'm looking at the lid to see
Yeah.
how easy it'll probably be to move it.
Yeah. If you want to try and take the lid off, yeah.
Yeah.
So make a strength check.
I'm gonna die. 14.
So with that, you go to push the lid off. You feel the whole coffin itself.
Move.
It moves, but like move. You know when you know something's got a bit of give when it can move, but you just can't quite get it.
Yeah.
The whole one moved. The whole thing.
Mhm.
Ah.
Is a trapdoor.
Did we notice that? Tell us that.
I don't know. Does he tell you it?
Yeah, I'll tell them that.
We could all try and push. Brack is getting here.
Big dang it.
Yep. All of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All roll strength then. I'm pretty content that you all get it, but it's nice to all roll.
Especially when you have like a
22.
So yeah, green basically does it for all of you.
5.
Yeah.
Strength, yes.
Yeah.
10.
19.
9. Well, you know the girls. You know that thing where you got your hand on it to make it look like you're helping. You
I'm doing a
both just
Rachel,
kinda
like,
do that.
oh, this is so heavy.
Yeah.
You know, not for me. I'm not doing
You
it.
know, Baracus and Green are just like stretch their arms out, all together, grinning faces, veins popping. It is fucking heavy. It's a solid stone tomb, and you push it, and as you're starting to push it, you start to see a little black pit from underneath it, slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And as you push it all the way, it'll go. You see the gap is like, well, 2 Subway sandwiches, 2 foot long, slot wide. A bit big enough for you all to get through. You can see the vague, you see a vague bit of light in it coming from the torches in the room, but beyond that it is pitch black.
Is there stairs?
There is stairs, yes.
Can...
But they're kind of like, you know, the short stubby drop steps. It's a bit like
I
that.
hate those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, because that's going to take an hour to work.
To what? You want to do your animal?
Yeah.
It's not going to take an hour because that initial hour was you casting it. So now you have it where you can call it on demand.
Okay.
The only time it's going to take an hour again is if it dies,
Yeah.
or if you decide to change the creature.
So I can send that down, what's it?
You can send it down up to 100 feet and you can see what it sees, but you yourself will be blind, so you have to have someone to
You'd have to
steady
hold on to
you.
me or something. Would you? Well, I don't want you to choose. No, you did this.
I can't remember what I said I was going to do.
Did you have a cat or a bat?
No.
Or a rat.
Rat.
Or an owl. You could have an octopus. They can survive up to an hour outside of water. Like.
Well, yeah, what?
Oh shit, I don't know, I wrote it down somewhere.
This is where it's an actual snake, and I'll be so proud of you.
You can.
It's God's
Oh no, because no.
Just have a cat if you like. You like cats.
Just take your time to think about it.
Little white fluffy thing.
I swear I wrote it down.
Call it Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
I'm really annoying myself that. Going to have an eagle.
Would you like to see the list of what you can have? Would that make it easier for
Yes.
you?
Sorry.
I thought she was going to say, can I have a fairy?
Yeah? Intermission.
Eagle might be too big.
What was it called? Fey Friend?
Find familiar.
Find familiar.
I'm so tempted to multi-class into a wizard just for that spell.
Yeah. She is. She's good on
Yeah.
about it.
For weeks.
No, I'm just happy with my pet mouse.
Yeah.
My good old Lucifer.
I know what I'm saving on for.
Uh,
I want to.
Alright. Chosen. A bat, a cat,
Oh,
a frog
no.
or toad, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, so a quipper, rat, raven, seahorse, spider or weasel.
Hawk!
Yep. Do hawks have night vision?
Yes,
Dark
they
vision?
bloody do.
You sure?
You know they do.
Have you got the thingies for a hawk?
I'm pretty certain hawks.
You'd be surprised actually some birds don't know.
Yeah, as I say,
'Cause
I don't
eagles
think
don't.
they do.
Really?
Yeah.
You got the stats for a hawk?
Yeah, hang on.
I'm not sure if they would.
It's a tiny beast.
Yep.
So you have advantage on wisdom checks.
This is stuff you need to... What we'll do is we'll print you out your animals so you can choose which one you want.
Doesn't say. Senses, past possession 14, doesn't have languages.
If it doesn't say, then it doesn't have it.
Oh, bollocks, right. Think on the law, what's another one?
I should take this beforehand.
Owl?
Owl would.
I'm content that an owl
Yeah,
has
Yeah.
I'm
dark
content
vision.
it would be.
Yeah.
No, I would never have it.
Professor Thaddeus had dark vision. He only lasted an episode, but...
It literally looks like it.
Yeah, dark vision.
Yeah, so you can have an owl.
Cool.
What's the hit points on an owl, please?
God, please
one.
don't kill me.
Yeah. You,
One
Or
hit.
you it's either 1 or you can roll 1d4 or
Alright,
minus
roll,
1
roll
off.
a d4 and you can see what your hit points you have.
Please be good.
George, would you like that?
This one. Nope.
Have you tried the pepperoni chicken bites?
It's only a quid.
They're
that for,
fucking
innit?
filthy.
Yeah.
I was gutted. Absolutely, I bit into one and like made my tongue fizzle. I was like, why is meat making my tongue fizzle?
Oh man.
What did you
What
do?
did you get?
Wow.
You got a 1, so you got 1 hit point.
Right, so this is the stats for your little owl, okay? He can,
Quietly as possible.
he's got 5 eyes, so he doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. He's got advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight, and he can make a talent attack, which is a +3 to hit. It's got to be within 5 feet, so literally it's kind of, and it makes 1.
I'm gonna have to get his bloody app, aren't I? So I can.
What I'll do is I'll print out all the animals that you can, so you can have them on a sheet.
But I've got it on here for a minute, if you decide you want to do something.
This is what
with him.
happens when you miss a friggin' thing.
No. That's what happens when you don't look at what your spell does.
Alright. You may be a DM, but I'm still gonna punch you in the vagina.
We'll edit that bit out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna, yeah. Pause break.
Yeah. Alright. And how are you conjuring your little animal?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna do it with one hand. It'd be easier to do it with one hand.
Yeah, that's fine. What you do, just poof.
Yeah.
Yep. You just see Viola at that, and also an owl appears. What colour owl you got? Yeah, whatever owl you like. Snowy owl, horned owl.
Oh
no.
It could be a miniature owl.
I'm gonna have a white one.
You gonna have a white snowy owl? Do you have a name for your owl? Fedwig or something?
No. It's just called It for the moment.
Called It?
Oh God, no.
Because
Does
I
it come with a
can't.
red balloon?
Because I can't.
It's got a red balloon in its mouth.
I can't
right
think of a name
now.
yet. Okay,
It's
so
alright.
it's nameless.
His name is It.
It answers to It.
Yep, so your little snowy white owl appears.
Snowbell. There you go.
Snowbell, there you go. Yep,
Oh,
Snowbell's
God,
there.
Thank God.
Okay.
What the? Where did that come from?
It's my friend familiar. So then I can send the owl down there,
Yeah.
and then if it dies, not us.
You send it in to have a look.
Yes. And but I go blind. But I am the eyes of the owl.
Okay.
So are you
and
already blind? then?
See, I swear I've got a spell I can do that can do that as well.
Okay, so I'll hold on to like her shoulder then or something.
I stand away from the hole.
Yep, good shout though to begin with.
Stand away from the hole.
Yep, and you kind of zen out, your eyes roll over, completely like
You just
white-eyed.
Is
And
she possessed?
as you send Snowbell down, she kind of pops down, and she just kind of waddles down. It's not massively tall for her to fly. She can fly, if you wish, but she just pops down and she just...
Might hover.
So
I'm
this
going to
is-
hover.
Yeah, so you're hovering?
I'm hovering.
So she can see what.
Yeah, so she can see what the owl sees. She has to tell you all what she sees. What you
Oh
see.
yeah, and I can thingy you.
Thingy.
Not why that spell's going.
Not
I don't
our
think.
spells going
Oh,
to break
bugger.
concentration.
Is worth a try.
Whispers.
Naughty
Interesting.
whispers.
First whispers of the season.
See, I've got a spell that can do that.
What, make you go blind?
I can actually go into an animal. I can actually see, move it.
Okay.
Oh, nice, nice.
I think.
So I'm down here. It just looks like a empty corridor, but I can't see anything else. Anyone got any questions?
No, because we can't talk to you. You can't hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just...
You're pretty much just saying.
I hear a card! Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could come out of it.
Leave her down there for a second.
Okay. Please don't die.
But she does follow your command as well, so you can tell her to be like, right, come back. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, so yeah. She can come back.
Yeah.
And then I come out of it as she comes back.
When you come out of it, you're a little bit lightheaded, like, oof, stood up too fast.
Right. Down there, all I can see is a long dark corridor, and that's it. There's
So there's nothing waiting for us.
not that I
Obviously.
can see of.
Yet.
So I guess we're heading down.
Uh-oh.
Right, we're all heading down there.
What I'll do first is I'll go and grab one of those torches.
Yep, that's a good shout.
I
Very
think
good
how
shout.
many torches are there?
There's 2, one either side.
Right, so you can have one, and then we'll have one.
Well, you don't need one.
You can all see. But,
Yeah,
right?
No, I know, but it's nice to have a little bit of light,
Yes, that's very true.
and then I can use it as a.
That's it.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
Okay, yeah.
I thought that's what you got me there for the oomph.
if someone would please like to start drawing. Right, so you come down a corridor, heading roughly north. If you can just do it in the corner, just something little for you to have, so you can trace your steps and go back on. If you know what I mean.
Like a
So
mini,
just do,
in
like
this,
you're
in
just
this square.
drawing like a little mini map.
Oh, okay.
In this square, look.
Right, okay.
Yep. So you head north for around. Yep. So you head north for around a good 100+ feet. Halfway through, you do start to find your little owl. It's happily hooting at you. Like it seems very happy to see you,
Okay.
and it just kind of hops up and lands on your shoulder.
Okay, cool.
You got your little snowy animal there. Yep, so you go to about 100 feet. Is anyone doing anything while you're walking? The corridor itself, it's stone-walled, very, very cold down here. Like you can see your breath cold, and the floor itself is sand.
I want to keep an eye out for like on the walls for like more of those symbols and like if there's any kind of indication markers,
Yep, that's
that
fine.
kind of thing.
And can I get a marching order, please? If you just put your characters on the side there, just so I can see
I
who's
suppose-
first.
I am
it'd
going to
be-
be at the back.
Yeah,
I
that's
suppose
fine.
it'd be me front,
That's fine.
as normal.
Okay, I'll just go there then, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Left me with just one spot.
Yep, so as you're walking through the corridor, you get there and you start to see a wall coming up to you. So as green, as you're walking through, you put your foot forward and you hear a
Green, don't move.
stepped on a pressure plate.
But
You're
Do we all hear that?
you all hear a
No.
mechanism clicking.
Right, so I shout,
I'm
Green,
not
don't move.
Gonna move.
Alright, so you're there, possumed. Right,
Let's play Parson.
what you do?
Shit. Can we disable that chap?
How exactly?
You hear a ching, ching.
Oh, it's got a time limit too. I can
shit.
try and disarm.
Yeah,
it.
freaking
see,
do it.
see where
What's
everything's coming
heavy?
from.
What have we got that's
So if
heavy?
you wanna use
Me.
use sleight of hand
you're
to
played.
disarm the trap.
Hell no.
So you wanna use your sleight of hand check to disarm the trap. So you got good bonuses on this. We're confident in you there, Baracus.
Yeah, at least you guys confident. 12.
12. So you're
Yeah.
still not 100% sure where the trap is, and you're there and you're fiddling with it, and you think, oh, I got it. And then it starts going ding 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 ding.
Really?
ding. So you can hear the gears that are in the walls are now starting to spin, starting to really quicken up.
Shit.
Got anything that we can jam it? Jam in the things. So you can jam it, and then we've got like a couple of minutes to get back upstairs.
At that, you Green, you get knocked off your feet. Something really heavy, not quite heavy, but impacts you, gets you right in the side there, and you fall off the plate, taking 4 points of damage, halved because of your danger sense. You knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Yep. So you take 2 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And as he comes off the plate, you see the platform rise slightly, and the clinking has stopped. But you've got a nice, like, big pike sort of like in your side, like you pull it out, and it's not the brutal thing about it, it's not even sharp. It's just a stick that was fired at you with some heavy force.
Ooh.
That was kind of
I
lucky,
think-
it wasn't sharp.
So
though.
AKA like a splinter then.
Yeah, like a big splint.
Maybe Baracus, you should go first. Traps.
Yeah, and this is where I die. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, go for it. I'll go first now. and
Like very carefully going through.
I'll
So
keep an eye out on
from here,
traps.
you can go, stepping around the pressure pad. You can either go left, or you can go left, or you can go right. Green, you were knocked over to the left. So if you guys want to carry on left, you can. If not, you can get Green to jump over there. It's not a big pressure pad or anything like that. It's just a little bit on the floor.
Is there any symbols on the wall like that would
There are carvings of snakes on the walls.
on both sides?
On both sides.
Oh wow.
If you, as you look on the wall, like eye level, there's just like loads of random snakes, like looking like they're flowing. But on the lower part of the wall on both sides, it's just one big wave motion.
Is there any kind of pattern to it?
It's just kind of like a wave.
And that continues both sides.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much
To the
guessing
left
game.
then,
To the
I
left.
guess.
To the left. Yep. So you go to the left. All obviously stepping over the pressure pad.
Very carefully.
You can choose to mark it if you wish, so you can remember it on the way
Yeah.
out. So just it's there. You know where it is. That's fine.
There's
So
Looks like a sad face that you
yeah.
just put.
if you want, put the little token on it if you want. So as you all start to move to the left, there's still that really cold, horrible feeling to this entire chamber. It's still very dark. You can only see past your candle, your torchlight, which for you is
Gone.
only 10 feet. So it's you've got no vision whatsoever past this small 10-foot glow.
But would the torch have gone out when I got knocked?
Nah,
over?
it's still lit. We're all good. And if it did go out, any of you could easily. You got flame kits in your packs. You can easily strike them up and light them. But I'm content that it's lit.
Cool.
As you're walking, going left a little bit longer, not too long, and the channel starts to come up northwards again.
So it kind of curves around.
Yeah, so it kind of comes up. And as you come just around the corner, you see on either side of you are 2 doors. So you got a door to the left,
And the
you got a
doors
door to the
on
right.
Is there anything on the doors or?
The doors are plain. They are just very rickety wooden panel doors. It's not even got like a proper. It's got a handle, but it's got one of those like shed handle thingies, like a lifty up and downer.
Do either of them look more opened, like more used than the others?
It's hard to tell unless you want to make an investigation check.
Yeah. I will. 19.
You could see that on door number 2, so the one on the right.
This one.
You can see, you can see that one looks like it's been disturbed on the bottom.
I'll like through like the dust kind of thing. I'll point out to Baracus.
Which door
Like
was
this
that?
one,
So,
the one on the right. This
right
one here.
on the right.
He looks like he's someone's gone through here.
Okay. Shall we try it?
Check it first.
Yeah.
Yep, so if you
I'll check
want
that
to check
out
the
then.
traps, make an investigation check.
Oh, there we go. Investigation, yeah.
Yes, please.
13.
13. You don't see any traps or anything. You don't see any wires or any mechanisms above the door.
Okay. I'll try and open it then.
It is
Stand back
unlocked.
to like.
Yes,
from
fine.
the
It is
side.
unlocked. You kind of lift the little lever and you push the door. It makes a. These hinges are rusty as, and it makes a horrible noise as it slowly swings open. You got to put a bit of force on it to get it the whole way open. But yeah, as you from what you see and when you open it, there doesn't look to be a lot in the room. That's just from where you're stood at. It looks quite like an open plain room potentially.
Okay, I'll slowly make my way in.
Yep. As you step into the room, this room almost feels even colder than it being out in the hallway. It's a square room. You can see braziers on all 4 corners, and as you look around, there are stone benches lined in the centre in like a little square shape, and there are snakes all carved into the ground, and they're carved in a way that comes from the door and slowly creeps up the wall. And as you look up into the ceiling, you see there's a big hole in the ceiling, and the snake carvings are crawling up into there.
Okay, I have formed the posse. of
The
what
posse.
I've seen. And that's all I'm gonna say is just posse, not gang, not group, posse.
So
We
as
agree,
you,
don't worry.
as you all walk in there, you're all greeted to the same sight of these very well carved. Like there was time and effort. It's not like a crude wiggle on the ground. They're very intricately carved snakes.
Is there like any like objects like around?
You can't, from just a look, you can't see anything. It does look like a very plain room. It's a square room, braziers either side, and 4 square benches in the centre.
Does it seem like it would have been like used for like ritual, or is it just like storage room, or?
It looks like it could have been a room of worship. It's definitely not for storage.
I'll just kind of like go to one side and just kind of walk the edge, kind of just like looking at the walls and
as
if
you're
there's anything like
looking to
catches
the
my
edge,
interest, like
no,
eye.
your
kind of-
spell's still up, but nothing is glowing in here.
Okay. It's all very mundane in here.
Do we all see that sneaky thing going up and up
Yep.
into a hole?
Yep. It's all very. If you're all stood in the room, you can all see it. Like even when you come in with your torches, it illuminates the room. It's not a massive room. It's probably not too much bigger than this one.
And we can see like
And you
up.
can
We can
see-
see up, like
Is-
sort of up into the hole.
Is there any light coming?
There's no light coming from the hole. It's just a pitch black hole.
Can I cast? Can my mage hand carry heavy objects?
Up to £10.
What is that torchy thing?
But yeah, you could carry that up there, or you can send your up there.
Crap, the torch was 10
No, because I
pounds,
don't want to
Jesus.
die. Because otherwise that means I've got to really do it again, and then she'll be useless. At least then with my mage hand, like I'm
Yeah,
not feeling
yeah.
stupid.
Yep. So you can use your mage hand, and you can.
So I'm gonna cast my
the-
mage hand with the
Viella
torch,
learn some tricks.
and then get it to float up to the hole, but not go too near it and set it on fire, but just like look around, and then we can all stand there and sort of like, because someone like make sure that someone else is looking about, just to make sure that nobody comes and knocks us on the head or anything.
Yep. So does someone want to stand guard while Viella's investigating the hole?
Yeah, I can do.
Yep, so you kind of turn yourself facing the door sort of thing, just keep an eye on the door, keep an eye on anything that may come out of the walls and such. As you lift the torch up into it, I mean you two can see, and you can see up to 60 feet into it anyway, but it's just plain black and white. So as you're... That rain!
Yeah, because we're meant to have like
Yeah,
thunder and
we're
lightning.
gonna have
aren't
thunder
we?
and
No!
God, that rain is so heavy.
Love it.
That when we got our studio, you won't hear any of this.
When?
Yeah, so you lift the torch up, slowly going up. You don't see anything. It's illuminated the tunnel a lot better. As you look on the edges of the tunnel, you can see it's kind of got like silvery sort of slime running up the sides of it. Not loads of it, just odd patches of it here and there. And you get to your 30. You go beyond your 30 feet.
It's fine. All right, I'll bring it back down, and it's
With that, you hit after about 30 feet. It hits the wall. Like
It
it
hits
can't
the
go
ceiling.
any further. Ceiling. You can't go any further anyway.
Okay.
But it does hit a ceiling, and then as you look, you can see the light is spilling out.
So it's kind of like go to like a manhole cover kind of thing, or something in the room above.
Okay. So, does it look? I know you said it looks.
Creepy dungeon.
I know you said it looks like a manhole cover, but is there like a handle on it or anything, or?
Can't see anything. It just
Hits a roof.
hits a roof. Hits stone.
Okay.
It goes about 30 feet. Hits stone.
Well, I don't think what we want is in this room
I will
somehow.
bring.
You did
it
when
down.
your stairs go when you came down into the crypt. You did go down quite deep into the
Okay.
earth.
Okay, so I'll bring that back down. Hold on to the fire, lantern thing, and put my mage hand.
When
away.
we were in the corridor and we
Mhm.
hit like the 2 doors, was it like just did the corridor extend on, or was
It
it like?
did carry on, yeah.
It's really windy. I don't know.
Well,
Should we
stormy weather.
should we check out the other room? I mean, I imagine the thing that Trogan wants will be buried with Kalise, and if he's not in the thing upstairs, then there's definitely going to be a chamber or a room
There
where
has to
he
be
is buried
somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
We can double check the other
See
room.
the
and
other room.
Yeah.
You see what's in there, yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. So you all turn out of this room and you go straight to the door. It's quite a similar looking door, very panelled, rotted wood sort of thing. Same sort of handle that's on that one there.
I'll do the same check as I did before I opened the first one.
Yep. So you open it, just poke your head through. It's a very even just stepping into it. It even smells very damp and musty. And as you look into it, you see with your pitch black room again, but with your night vision, well, dark vision, you see just loads of broken boxes,
Broken boxes.
broken wooden crates.
Empty.
Oh, you can't see. Can
Yeah, you can't see
Oh,
what I've
okay.
seen yet, unless I say or you guys come in. So I've only just poked my head through. I haven't
Yeah, you're just
actually
poking
gone
your
in.
head through, you've not got him.
Alright.
It's just from like, you know when you open a door initially, that's
Yeah.
it.
Alright.
No,
I'll
I
let-
can't do anything yet.
I'll let them know about the broken boxes
Mhm.
and then I'll step in.
Yep, so you step in. Again, not as cold as the previous room you're in, but the temperature is definitely colder in here than it is in the hallway. And you look in, just the room is really thick, heavy with dust and moss, a little bit of damp to the air, and you see all these busted boxes covered in dust.
Nice. So it's pretty much like a stock room.
So as you've stepped in, there's now room for obviously other people to come in.
we go in gently.
So you step in, even with like your gentle feet, you can see little dust come up from your feet from where you're stepping on. Yeah, the floor is also sand, so it's that dust and sand, bits of rock.
Can we see if there's anything like, is there anything written on the box or anything coming out of the boxes, or have they got lids on or what?
The boxes themselves are all smashed to smithereens. Looks like someone came in here and just went to town on them. These weren't dropped or chucked; they were smashed.
Okay.
Someone's gone through this one then.
Is there anything else like any cupboards or anything or?
From what you can see, there is no cupboards. You can make an investigation check in the room. What is it you're looking for? Like any extra storage cupboards?
Yeah,
anything?
or anything that's been left out, like paperwork or
Yes, fine.
whatever. What am I doing?
Investigation, please.
10.
Yeah, looking through, you kind of even go through some of the boxes, avoiding any splinters. Definitely a hepatitis sort of room. You're looking through, you don't see anything. There's, from what you feel, there's nothing to be gained in this room.
Okay.
Okay, so
We all agreeing that there's nothing in here, or we all coming out? What are we doing?
Yeah, I think maybe continue on down the corridor.
continue down.
You were saying about like they had like snakes like along the bottom with the thingy. Are they still continuing on in the corridor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow the snakes.
We'll
Do
carry
these
on
snakes
down
have
then.
heads on?
The little small snakes that are like head height do, yeah.
And they're all pointing in the same direction?
They all go swimming in the same direction. They're very well carved snakes. They're not like shitty little squiggles or anything like that.
It's just the snakes in it. There's no writing.
No, you haven't seen any writing yet. We haven't been looking for any writing.
I was thinking, okay, I want to start looking for writing.
And
I
again,
hide.
nothing is pinging in this room with your magic.
I think that might be running out soon. Last 10 minutes ish.
Okay, so we all agree we're going to carry on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Very care.
Carry on northward. You get to another 10, 20, 30 feet. You do get to another door that is on your right.
On our right.
On your right.
Ugh. This is going to be one where there's so many doors.
As you approach it, you do see a body in the doorway. So the door is open and there's a body just laying in between the doorway.
Oh my
Zombie!
So the door's open.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Does it look dead? Does it look dead?
Do you kick its leg?
No, I get my mage hand and I get it to poke it.
You poke it. You guys just see like this guy's leg twitch. Like
It moved!
yeah.
Something.
it doesn't do anything to your poking.
Is that can I mage hand pad him down and see if has he got anything on him?
You can definitely
Loot him.
you can definitely
Loot him?
loot him. Yes. Make a I'm a greedy bastard roll.
I'm saying it for when you know him.
Making a bit. Do a sleight of hand actually, because it will take a bit of thingy in to get him all out.
Come on. You're a cunt.
Can we see what killed him?
If
Like-
you maybe.
Yeah.
Natural 1 + 4.
Oh yeah, you find 1 copper piece on him.
Oh, that's nice.
I wanna without getting too close, try and see if anything obviously killed him.
To get to, because all that's kind of hanging out is like his legs downwards. So to actually get to him, you're gonna have to open the door and walk in there, or you're gonna have to drag the body out.
Oh, that sounds good.
Drag the body out.
Yep.
That
So you
sounds
grab
good.
his leg and you just drag the body out, and you hear a familiar.
Oh, for
And as you
sake.
drag him out, you see there's like a spike just right into his heart.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
So this is booby trapped.
such a luscious sight. Obviously not for the guy that's dead.
We haven't gone in the room.
No. You're outside the room. The body's been dragged out.
Right.
I want to see if he has any of the marks, like the 3.
Yeah. As
Three
you
thingy
pull
marks.
his hands out, you do notice there's 3 scratch marks on him.
This is one of the guys that he sent then.
Can I? What?
It's because of the internet.
We're in the game.
Oh, sorry. Can I? Oh, I can't carry on walk.
What do you want to do?
Can I do the?
It's that landlord just done it all then.
So if we've got a torch
You do.
Oh,
and
no.
we're stood by the doorway,
Oh,
if
no.
we sort of do that but don't actually move our feet, can we sort of see a little bit more into the room?
Yeah. So if you open the door, you can see into the room with your dark vision anyway.
Yes.
But if you hold open the door, don't step over the
Mm.
threshold and hold the light out. You can see.
Okay.
You can see into
And then
the
I'm
room.
gonna cast my mage hand to do a across the floor.
You're gonna
Just
do what?
Like
Pat the
hand.
Hand where you
You know,
like.
hand
Yeah.
out of thingy. I'm gonna get my hand to do this.
Okay. So what mage hand is? It's
Oh.
just an invisible
Yeah.
hand.
So it doesn't weigh anything.
That mage hand itself doesn't weigh anything.
Oh, I just thought
It's
it was
like
an
a-
idea.
It's hard to explain what mage hand.
No, I know.
is.
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe not
But-
then.
but
It's like a very select form of telekinesis.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
fine.
you can like
To be honest,
slap
that was a
things.
that was a good
That
idea.
really was a good idea.
I quite enjoyed that idea.
I don't know. What does everyone else want to do? Because I'm just making decisions now.
To be honest, can I search the body for any loot?
Yeah, you can make
Now he's fully out.
an investigation check on him.
Good
Then
luck.
I think I'm going to use that one. It's the only one that's actually done me quite good.
Oh. That's
That's
cocked.
cocked. That's
that is
cocked.
cocked. Oh, that is so natural 20.
And what was it?
Investigation.
Investigation. So 14.
14. You pat him down. You find his very old rusted dagger. It's not particularly in the best shape. A little bit blood stained. Like a brass handle on it. Really not the greatest thing, but it's still sharp. And you find a silver piece.
Sweet, I'll take both.
Yeah.
I'll take both.
Yeah.
Hey, so
You
you're
have
back to
no-
2 daggers.
Add it to your inventory. The Hepatitis dagger.
Do I just put 2 on daggers again, or
No, so this dagger will go into your rucksack unless you choose to put it in your inventory.
okay? So
Got
I'll
it.
just write dagger.
Yeah.
There and 1 copper,
No, 1 silver.
1 silver. So I'll write that.
Put it into your money pot. So yeah, with an old shitty rusted weapon like that, you can use it, but it won't give the full effect as one of your
Like,
daggers
yeah,
would. It's
yeah.
you know,
At least I've still got 2.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So the door is still wide open to this room.
Is my detect magic up still?
Just.
So on its dying breath.
On its dying breath.
Is there anything? I'm gonna get as close as I can without.
So you kind of
triggering
edge to the
anything.
doorway because you kind of see where the pressure pad is, and you poke your head through, and nothing glows.
Even on the floor or anything.
Even
like
on the floor. You do see on the floor though a giant slithering snake, and it is slithering to the. Where are we? If you're coming in east, so you, northeast to the right hand corner of the room, you see another door, and see the giant snake is just the body of it is slithering to that room.
I think we're heading in the right direction. Can we see where the pressure, or can I see where the pressure pad was?
Yeah.
Oh, so
It's been disturbed, like from where the body was on it, which is moved the dust so you can see it.
So is it still active then, even though
I
it's
think
been
if you
used?
stepped on it, it'd be active.
Have to check and find out.
Oh,
Oh, lol.
Did you want to try and disable it, or should we just? Is it a big one, or is
It's not a
it?
massive one.
So we
Because you know where it is, I'm content you can get over it.
Should we leave it thingy? till
we can
step
just
over?
we can just mark it down and step
Yeah.
over it. Save
Mark
me
it.
energy.
So we're going
Those
into
ones are cool.
Yeah.
this room, and there's a pressure pad on the door, and there was a door over in this corner, wasn't there?
Corner, yeah.
Can I
Although
see?
northeast would.
Can I see if there's any more
Okay.
traps?
Yes, it would be.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it would
could,
be
you
that.
can definitely
No,
check
no,
for
no.
traps.
No, because
yeah.
I've said
So
that this is
make
north.
make an investigation
north.
check.
9.
9. You're pretty confident you don't see any more traps.
Sweet.
Don't see any anything on the floor or anything on the walls. As you're looking around, you can see the hole in the wall on the far side where the
The
piton
thing.
or whatever you want to call it would come out.
Okay.
Is there anything in this room apart from the snake on the floor, or is it just an empty room?
It's just an empty room.
Is there any like recesses in the walls or anything like that, or is it just?
There's nothing you can see. There are a couple of snakes carved into the wall again, but this is just an empty room with a giant snake carved in the ground. It's a very small room as well. It's kind of like a closet sort of room.
Creepy.
Do they see like the hole in the wall that I've seen, or do I need to let them know?
If you point out.
Alright, I'll let them know.
Don't stand directly in that way. Step to the side.
It is not a glory hole, people.
Green. I mean broccoli.
Yep.
We're gonna
Go through the door.
go for it. Yeah.
Is this like just a normal wooden door again, or is it a bit more ornate? Or?
It is a bit more ornate, this one, and it is locked as you try it.
Oh,
And is there anything written on it?
There's nothing written on it, and there's no glow.
I think my glow's gone now.
yeah, it must
No
have finished by now.
But okay.
But you had good use out of it.
Yeah, I did have good use of it. There's nothing magic in here. God damn it! God damn it!
What kind of dungeon is this?
Not a dungeon as she wants it to be. Is it just like a simple like lock? Do we know?
You see a little keyhole.
Yeah.
And,
Is it Bob's uncle?
well, I don't know.
Okay.
Right.
1 second. 1 moment, please.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
I'm pretty certain I've got a lockpick somewhere.
5.
Well, we have a thief
Yeah,
in
we
our
have a
midst.
thief.
Yeah.
Yeah, a thief epically failed once.
Oh, can you start
Never
bringing it
heard of
up?
that.
Come
That,
on.
that one
Never
time
heard
that you
that.
failed.
Right, it wasn't
are you
one
picking
time,
the
was
lock
it?
or
It was
right,
like
or we're gonna
3.
test the door first?
I don't know. You
No,
tell me.
it's locked.
It is
It
locked.
is locked.
Up to you.
I really don't mind. I can try it first and
Do it!
epically fail, and then you can try it
Well,
after.
you never know.
Go for it.
It's
Try
not
it.
my bloody fault, alright?
Well, you weren't the one who fucking done it in the first place. Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yep,
I'll
that's
fuck not.
that's great. So please make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, this is gonna go so wrong. Sleight of
Really
hand,
wrong.
yeah.
Yep.
It's quite good.
23.
23. So you approach it kind of nervous, Get your
Not
lockpicks out,
kind enough, is it?
and then
I'm
you can
really
put
nervous.
one in, put another one in, and within 2 seconds you've unlocked it.
Hooray!
Nothing to it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
First
And then a
one
big
down.
axe comes off and chops your head off.
The door is unlocked.
Nice,
Oh, there we
nice,
go.
nice.
I guess I'll try the door.
Yep. So you grab the door's handle. It's very rustic, very cold steel handle. As you open it, pull it out. Have a look through. It's weird that it pulls out this door.
Mm-hmm.
Stone door pulls out, and you look through. And just looks into pitch blackness. What you can see with your dark vision is a very large room.
That's what
Very
I see.
cold room.
Large and cold room.
Large and cold room. Probably the coldest room you've been in yet.
Ugh. Okay, I'll slowly make my way in, just being cautious for any.
Yeah, it's fine.
anything else.
As you step in, you hear water trickling,
Mhm.
and as you step closer, you do sort of make out in the far, like maybe towards the centre of the room, there is a fountain. You can hear it. And even as you open the stone door, you can hear that water trickling.
You sending your bird in?
Is
I
there-
just thought of something in my head, but okay,
is
no,
there
but it's
anything
okay.
else that I can see?
From where you're standing, that's all you can see.
Oh, so I have to go further. Oh,
We could send the bird, since she has a bird now.
yeah, but
Uh-huh.
As you start to go in further, again the war sounds obviously get louder, and as you look to the side of the wall, you see very ornately decorated walls with snakes, and it's got like levers specifically placed in the walls.
levers.
Levers.
Interesting. Okay, I'll inform the posse of what
Yeah.
I see myself and see what they think.
I think we kind of like inch in, follow. Is the fountain's in the middle? Yeah.
Fountain's in the centre of the room. Yeah.
Is the floor flooded or is it?
No,
just there?
it's not flooded. Are you all stepping into the room? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
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 I'm already in the room,
Yep,
so
all
it's all
stepping in
good.
the room. So as you step in the room, is anyone closing the door behind them?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Ooh.
No.
And as you hear it slam and seal itself, all the torches and braziers light up in the room, and the room is very strongly lit. And it's just a little crude room. So this is where you entered. You see another door this way. So this is your exit. This is your entrance. And there is a lever. A lever. A lever. That's not a lever. A lever. A lever. A lever. A lever. And this is the fountain. And there's random braziers and all that everywhere.
It's like Saw all over again.
Is the levers attached to brackets, or is it just kind of they're just there like?
They're just kind of there. The thing with the levers is you got to put your hand in the wall in order to pull it to get it out. You can just see this big gap. You can still see the lever in it, but you've got to put your hand in there to.
Is there
Pull it
anything
out.
on it?
There is. On top of each lever is a letter.
Oh no.
Okay. As the door's locked behind us, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, to be fair.
Okay. And is there anything when the lights lit? Was there any sounds, or was it just still just trickling
All
water?
you hear is the trickling of water. The fountain has picked up its pace a bit more now that the room is active. So it's now, instead of a trickling fountain, it is now a flourishing fountain.
A
Okay.
gorgeous fountain.
I'll take a deep breath and I'll go over to the first one and have a obviously look
So
at it.
the first one to the left,
Yeah,
yeah?
this one here.
So on top of that one is carved a C.
Right, so this, and I'll move my
Move
way
along.
around very carefully.
So
try not
are
to
you
disturb
moving
any-
along going this
Yeah,
way?
I'm moving this way.
Alright, so moving this way, then it's an E, a V, Z, H, I, E.
Is it a god's name?
Just to let you know, there is a timer.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Right, no, the god's name was Zehir. So we're missing an R. And Kalis's name was Calus. How did he spell his name?
Kalise was spelt Kalise.
So we're missing.
I'm missing a K. Fuck. So they've got to be done. So we have two E's, C, V, Z, I, and H.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Don't you go under that trapdoor, 'cause there's something down there. You spend a few moments in there and you start to hear in the walls.
Is there any kind of indication of what it could be? Or, like, is there anything else other? It's just the letters, yeah?
It is just the letters that you can see.
Is it. Are they written in common or is it like infernal?
They are of. You know that the language outside the tomb was in infernal script, but you know the name of a god was written in common.
And that's Zehir.
Yes. And these are common letters.
This is where we missed something, and it should have given us a clue.
Well, we have the Zehir.
So there are 7 leaders. I've drawn that right, 7 leaders, yes.
Does anyone have any?
Is there any writing on the fountain?
Are you going to investigate the
Yeah.
fountain? Please make an investigation check.
Lord. Sounds like we're in like a jungle for that far.
6.
You kind of look into the fountain and you see a couple of dead snakes like in the fountain, and that's pretty much all you can see. There is quite a, now that the fountain is active, there's a really strong heavy flow coming down the fountain, almost making like a what do you call it effect,
No,
like a
it's all right.
waterfall effect. Bless you.
Because the water is coming from above.
I'm just-
right?
Yeah, it's coming
Like,
from all.
I know this is going to sound really
No,
stupid,
no.
cocky. Could you not take one of the snakes out and make it in, like, bend it into a letter?
You can, if you want to try that.
What do you mean bend it into a letter?
So
No,
what,
it's like
what letter are
like
missing?
each letter's on these.
Mm.
So I'm guessing we're gonna have to open them in a specific order.
You can start pulling levers and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's
The
always a
hope
good
of this
thing,
is-
isn't it?
Any of those letters not in those two names that
It's good for.
It's the C and the V.
so this one and
And
this
that one.
one are not in it.
Pull the Z one. That's the first letter of the god's name.
Yeah.
Who's pulling it?
Who's putting the hands?
Would Mage Armor pull it, or would it?
Mage armor.
Mage Hand.
Mage hand. It might. You have to try.
I'll try that. I'll wander over.
Do 3 of you have mage hand?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we do.
Aww, poor green.
I got Bell.
I'll use Mage Hand to try and pull the Z.
So you pull your mage hand pulls the Z. It is able to, but you can feel your mage hand struggling. And as you pull it, you hear a mechanism. It goes. And you hear a little. Ding, and it just goes straight back up.
Has anything changed in the room?
No.
Oh man.
Okay, so we tried the Z one, yeah?
Yeah.
What are we gonna try next?
It's not going to be one of those ones where we're going to have to put them all together.
Maybe.
Oh fuck! It's
Maybe, but we will have to figure out which letters we need.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All you can hear is just like the sound of the fountain in the centre of the room, just filling the chamber with its water sound. Kind of making you want to pee, maybe.
But it doesn't make spell snakes. It doesn't like. It's not enough letters for the god's name. It's not letters for his name. Something else.
What was the graveyard called?
There wasn't a name to it. I don't think it was just rest. Something.
I think it's one of the E's at least. If I don't know which one.
Alright, so
I'm not good at anagrams.
with these things, like,
Things, yeah, levers, yeah.
is it sticking out of the wall?
They're only stuck out a little bit. You do have to put your hand in the wall to
pull.
because there's not like enough grip of it to get it like on the outside, if you know what I mean.
I've got some rope.
It's
I
like
could
that's
like
the
instead of
wall.
shoving my hand in a hole. I could
Well, a mage
tie-
hand
You
would
can use
work.
your mage hand.
Yeah,
Your
mage
mage
hand
hand will
work.
work.
That's what I
So-
did for that one.
like maybe pull my rucksack round the front of me
Okay.
so that I'm not putting any weight on the floor.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what cocky concoction you're going to come up with. So
Evil mutants take off.
where are
Well, I'm over here now, and we're kind of just grouped.
Yeah, we're literally
And
like
I'm
groups
just
here
staring
except
at the
for.
fountain.
right?
I told
Okay,
everyone
so
what the letters are.
okay, so if I'm here, okay, yeah, get my mate.
What-
I can't have a mate.
What letter are you pulling? Sorry.
Oh, do you reckon to pull the other E? Do you?
Try it.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
So
pull it with your mage hand, your own hand.
no, so get mage hand, but get him to carry the.
Get who to carry what?
What are you on about?
It's used mage hand to pull it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. All right, shut up. Yeah, go over and.
Yeah. So you go. So you don't even need to go near it. Like you have 30 feet range on your mage hand. So your mage hand grabs it,
We're ready.
and you do feel your mage hand struggle, almost shudder, and poof, it comes down. You hear a familiar winding and clicking noise. That's the lever comes back. You don't hear anything, and then you hear and 3 snakes drop from the ceiling.
Oh, okay, so that was the wrong one.
And they're nothing giant, nothing threat. You don't need to roll initiative. They're just snakes that are now slithering and biting at you. They are venomous snakes.
Can I quickly fire blast them
Tyler. You can.
without? Because obviously the whole thing's stone, so it's not like I can set anything on fire.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
So if I throw a fireball at them, I'm
Yeah,
hoping to.
I'm content. You can kill them with a fireball. Roll to hit, because you might.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever your spell modifier is plus.
Well, that was the wrong one.
So what's your spell? So that's plus.
So that one, nothing happened. What about if we do the
Try
first
that.
few letters of his name?
Oh god.
Because we have a Z, E, H, and an I.
5, 6, 7.
7 hits this one.
Okay.
Yep. So then the snakes start burning, cooking meat smell as they start to wither and.
Right, that's that done.
Try the other E, yeah?
I can try the other if you
Yeah.
want.
Go for
Okay,
it.
so
When you did your fireball, you hit the fountain and it was. You extinguished the fountain a little bit, but then the fountain just got re into it again.
Didn't we just pull the other E though?
No, we
Can
pulled
I-
that
no,
one.
you just pulled that one. We haven't pulled that one.
Can I do another
We've pulled that
investigation
one.
check on the fountain again?
You can, yeah.
So
make another
you've done that one.
If
That
someone would
one.
like to assist on the investigation check.
I'll assist.
Even though I'm -1 on it.
What we investigating?
9.
Yep, no, you're just like, you haven't gone beyond the curtain of water all coming down, you're just looking there, you've seen all the dead snakes
So
still
I
in
was
there, you're
wondering
just
if
like,
there's letters around
looks
the
a
fountain.
bit grim.
That's a bit goopy. Try the other E.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, I will use my mage hand on the other E.
On the other, yeah.
The one in the middle.
So you pull it in your mage hand, you feel resistance like everyone else has. It comes down, you hear that familiar click, reeling sound, comes back up. You don't hear anything else.
Wait for it.
So it's,
So the Z and the E.
so it's a
Z.
Tick.
E.
tick. What
Should we try H
I'll
and
go.
then I?
I'll go over and pull the H.
So you go over, grasp your 2 hands, quite strong, and
This way you
kind
break
of
the
bend
lever.
to your knees to try and get it. Similar winding sound. Lever resets itself. Nothing.
Okay, so that was.
And then 4 snakes drop from the ceiling.
I fireball at him again!
Yep. She comes in like a
So that's not-
firebolt.
9, 10, 11, 12,
Yeah,
13.
that's fine. You hit. The snakes are extinguished.
Oh, God, that's
I'll
so-
go over and do the eye next.
And the eye, yeah, grab it. Similar thing happens. Nothing.
Sweet.
Nothing happened on that one.
Okay, so Z.
So it's either the C and V left.
But then again, we don't know what order it goes in either.
Yeah, there might be one where we're going to pull them all together.
Well, yeah, but we still need to.
Can I have a look on the fountain?
If you want to make an investigation check.
Oh, okay. We don't like this fountain. It's a natural one. I get splattered.
Yeah. You kind of put your hand. Ugh, cold. Very cold water.
Okay.
Is there anything on that door?
No, it's just it's a similar door from the one you came through. You can't see any markings or anything on it.
Okay,
Do-
I'll walk over and try the V.
Do
Yep,
we
go.
think there's something in the fountain that we're missing?
That's what I was
Or some-
looking,
or
but because
something
I'm
on
the
the fountain.
dumbest of the group, I ain't
something.
going to find it, am I?
Well, that's why I'm asking.
And I got
the
distracted by
question.
the dead snakes, so.
That's
I'm
why I'm
gonna
asking the
try the
question.
What we doing? You trying the V?
I'm trying the
You
V.
trying the V?
Okay.
Pull it. Similar sound. The whining sound. The reactivation sound. Nothing. And then a snake drops down. Right on your face.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you got a snake on your face.
Blow his face up.
I know,
Yeah,
I'm
so
waiting for it to come off
You
your
could just
face.
stamp on it like they're literally just random
Yeah.
snakes. So
I'm just going to bite it and
Try
chuck
the
it
C
out.
then. That's
Yeah.
the only
If
one we
it's on
have
my
a pull.
face.
yep. So you grab it, you bite it. Make a saving throw, please. Dexterity.
Dex.
Yes, please.
What is it? Oh, bless it. 7.
7. You get 4 points of poison damage.
Cool.
Someone else take a look in this bloody fountain.
So that's a no.
I've tried. Nothing.
Someone who's got more intelligence. I don't think I have. Let me have a look.
Did you want me? I'll
investigation?
investigate the
You'll
fountain.
investigate, and you're gonna assist the
What
investigation.
does that mean?
It just means he gets a roll advantage, or
Okay.
you can both roll together. I don't mind.
I don't mind.
You've got better dice than what I have. Mine keep rolling crap.
Was
So.
that one of mine?
Okay.
Now,
you
what
go.
are we? rolling?
Investigation, please.
What did we get? I got 6.
6.
8.
Yeah, you're all just like confounded by this fountain. You're like, just what are you?
I'm going to go over and have another investigation.
Yep.
I'm going to use Mage Hand and pull the last C.
8.
8. Still don't see anything unusual. You're what? Sorry.
I'm going to pull the C.
Pull the C. Yep. So you go over to the C. You're using your mage hand. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You pull it down. Same resistance as last time. You hear the same swirling sounds, same trigger re-clicking sounds, and nothing. But 2 snakes drop down.
So that was a no.
So the only ones that didn't do
So
anything
it's 3.
was the Z, E, and I.
Is either we have to
The
put
eyes, the
them
eyes.
together. We either have to put them together, or we put them one after another.
I've got a feeling it's together.
Pull them all together.
Can do.
How many have we
Yeah,
got?
can do.
There's
There's
3.
three.
1, 2, 3.
You pull all the levers together, yeah? All of them?
Who's not pulling?
Me.
Yeah, so I'll
Okay.
mage hand one of them.
Yeah.
Because all
I'll
3 of
I'll
you got
make
mage
hand the
hands.
So we're doing all the levers, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
the three
The
that
three,
had.
yeah.
So the
Oh,
E, the Z, and the I.
The E, the Z, and the I.
The ones that didn't drop snakes
Yep.
on us.
So I've got to look on my map now.
You know,
The ones that didn't drop.
Yeah, the ones that
Okay,
didn't
yeah,
drop.
that's fine. Makes it easier. So yep, yeah, with your mage hands, all at the same time, like 1, 2, 3. Nothing happens.
Shit.
Oh man.
So it has to go in a certain order.
I'll
Maybe you
investigate
should
it.
just pull them all and see what happens.
Oh, every single one of them.
Why not? All together.
Then
What's
we
the
might
worst
get
that,
flooded
what's the
with
worst that can happen?
A
Could
freaking
release a
hydra.
bacillus. Could
Release
release
a
a
swarm.
bacillus.
Okay, what we're doing?
Oh, what's that, English? Didn't realise you were Irish.
Well, my Irish accent was really good the other day.
Yeah, it was.
What about if we pulled all the ones that drop snakes? Hang on, what does that spell?
How?
No, because it's a V. If I had no, yeah.
Why is there 2 E's? There's only
don't
one
know.
E for the wrong one.
Keith. Or Vec.
Oh
No,
god.
Oh
Vec.
god.
Oh god.
Seriously?
No. Oh shit. I don't fancy taking him on.
Beck.
Hefe.
This is why I gave you a pen.
Want to write out all the
Write out your suicide notes.
V.
kills now.
So Viola's kind of like
Keith is this.
she sat. Elora, sorry, you're sat on the fountain and you got like a little stick and you're like carving all the names and stuff in the
Why
ground.
you sat on the fountain?
And then a snake, one of the snakes that dropped that you didn't kill earlier, slithers at you and it goes to bite you. Please make a dexterity save.
This is why you should kill the snakes, bitch!
Well, you don't. You'd have to be sat at the fountain. You know, you just kind of stood
Yeah.
near the fountain, just like with the stick.
Saving throw.
Yeah.
8.
8. So as it goes to bite, like goes to launch at you, you do avoid it, but at the same time you kind of like crept up by it, and you fall into the fountain.
Onto the fountain.
And as you roll over to get up, you can feel the water coming down on you from the top. Your head's kind of gone through the curtain.
Yeah.
But as you're standing there looking up, you see an R inside the fountain.
Ah!
I
I
Beyond the water curtain.
I was
Is-
just
is
about to
there,
do
like,
another
no.
investigation about this.
Obviously, as I see it, can I see if there's a lever there as well?
Don't see a lever.
Okay, now I know that it's there. I want to like crawl, like
Yeah.
on the water, kind of.
He's crawling on the water.
I want to see it. There's something here. I'll call
It'd
out.
be
I'll stick my head back out, guys.
God, it's cold.
Yep, so as you come back out and now you're on the other side of the water curtain, you can't see it again.
Can't see it again.
No, but you can't see it again because
So
you've
you
come
have
out
to,
of
so you have to be in the water.
through the water curtain.
Oh shit. Okay, I'll go back in.
I was gonna say the H fell.
That doesn't. That's how you spell his name.
Mm.
Z-E-H-I-R.
Okay.
As I crawl like in it, where I can see the R,
Mhm.
can I want to have a look, see if there's like a lever there or anything like that.
You don't see a lever there or
Alright.
anything, but as you put your hand in the water to investigate it, you see the R is on a slightly raised platform.
So you
So you get the feeling it might be like a little pressure pad.
Oh man!
I'll pop out. I'll tell everyone that and be like, there is an R that you can spell his name. Everyone get to a point.
Would it be wise for me to push the arm?
Probably. Green, get in here.
So
Okay.
you stomp in there, stepping on a couple of dead snakes as you do hear like a nice little snap sound.
Shall we do it?
You push
at the
yourself
same
through the
time, or
water
one after the
curtain
other?
and you see what she was on about. There is an R in the dead centre of this.
What, doing one at a time, or...
all together.
Well, as we're spelling it, surely it should be one after another.
Could do it all together.
Okay.
We've got enough.
We can
With
try
mage
it all
hand and
together, and if
actual
it doesn't
hand.
work
One
out,
will have
we
to
can-
just stand there and pull.
Okay, I'll go to the Z.
Right, where am I going?
Um,
I don't we need these two?
You
Go
go
to
to the
that
V.
Yeah. You go to the V. Z, V, and then if you pull that one as well with mage armor,
Armour.
and I'll do mage hand.
So Ryan's got the H in the I.
Yeah. One of them with mage hand,
Yeah.
and the other with your actual hand.
Wait, so we're pulling both?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to spell the name. Z-E-H-I-R.
Ugh.
Z. Oh no, you don't have to do the V though.
No, you don't
Z,
need. That's why.
E,
That's what I'm
H.
confused
Sorry,
about. I was
yeah.
like, why are you saying V if there's no V on it?
Right, so I can come over and pull the... Like,
Yeah,
the
but
H.
we
But
have
we
to do
need
one of
someone
E.
for the E.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do the Z. You do the E.
And
hang on.
Baracus gets sacrificed for 2.
Actually, maybe you should do 2 because you'll have to pull one with your hand and you're stronger.
Okay.
No offense, Baracus.
Yep.
Right.
You're lucky, you're lucky the door's locked. I would literally just straight out and walk away.
So,
And then
are we
green.
all at our letters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. I don't really want to.
Yeah. So, all at once,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
all pull your levers, you stand on yours, and as you pull them, you hear an unusual sound, not the traditional sound that you used to. You hear like a whirling sound, and then it sounds like something snaps, and that's what we're going to call it.
Oh no!
Yes. That's it.
Well done.
Well, that's it.
Damn.
That's
Damn,
it
damn,
for this session. Thank you all for watching, or for not watching, or for just coming in on this end part and then going away.
Just for fun.
We very much appreciate it. Please give us your feedback. Go look on Tailor-Made Crafty things to find all things beautiful like our initiative cards. And please come back. Adios.
damn. Bye.
Bye.